And a very good afternoon to you, and welcome here to Netwatch Cullen Park for the Kildare, yeah, you heard that right, the Kildare Intermediate Football Championship Final, sponsored by the Owl Shebeen in Athy. My name is Killian Whelan. It's Allenwood versus Dermit. Allenwood attempting to get back up into senior football. Last they were there, it was 6 years ago. Their last final that they competed at county level back in 2006. They did win the senior in 2004. Of course, Dermit coming in on the back of having lost last year's intermediate final to Ballyteague, and of course the last won the intermediate title in 2015. We're just moments away. Match official out there in red today is Henry Barrett. He'll be helped out by Niall Colgan, Jack O'Connell and Owen Murphy. His umpires Matty Redmond, Owen Fitzpatrick, Brian Buckley and Ger Hoyd. To give you the teams then, Allenwood will begin with Luke Anderson in goal. It's Fionn Moran then in the right corner back position. At full back it's Sean Moran, and in the left corner it's Brendan Hannafy. There's one change in the half back line, and that is number 19 Cormac Denher comes in for number 5 Mark Delaney. It's unchanged from there on. At centre back it's Darragh Malone, and out on the left wing it's Ronan Guilfoyle. John Doyle and Rory Moore, they make up a very veteran and youthful midfield, but they are the ones that will be doing the donkey work, you'd imagine, the engine room for Allenwood today. John Doyle and Rory Moore wearing 8 and 9. Aaron Dunn wears 10, Johnny Byrne then wears 11, and Billy Marr, the captain, wears the number 12 jersey. And in the full forward line is the two Judge brothers in the corners, and they will flank, of course, Owen Bagnall, who will line out at full forward. For Dermit, lots of Nolans related, of course, and the Keatings that you're going to hear about are brothers. But we begin with one Shane Nolan, and then in the full back line it's Billy O'Gorman, Barry Nolan and Tomas Murphy. The half back line made up of Brian Nolan, Oisin Nolan and David Dooley. Gavin Farrell, the captain, he will partner David Keating. Willie Kelly, Gavin Keating and Pádraig Murphy are the half forward line, and Paddy Whelan, Conor Nolan and Emmett O'Keefe will make up the full forward line. Promises to be an exciting enough game, of course. When these two last met, it was in the group stages, and it was a tight enough affair on the 8th of September when Dermit came out on top by 3-7 to 1-11. The Allenwoods moved to the final, of course. Didn't have a great group stage, as you'd have to feel. It was all about the victory they got the first day, and they left it late against Leixlip to win that day, 110 to 1-9. That set them up really to qualify into the prelim quarter final, but since then they haven't looked back. They did lose to Sallins in round 2 by 14 points 8, and then that defeat to Dermit, but they beat Kilcullen in a high scoring 2-15 to 4-6 encounter on the 16th of September. A week later they defeated Cara by 6 points, and then they followed up with an impressive display against Monastrevin in the semi-final by 115 to 6 points. Dermit come in here on a fairly decent run, there's no question about that. They've only dropped a point, I suppose, against Leixlip. They beat Sallins in the first game by 7 points to 6, drew with Leixlip 11 points apiece, then defeated Allenwood, defeated Round Towers by a point, and then a very impressive performance the last day against Two Mile House. Emmett O'Keefe scored 2-3 that day, and they were to amass 312 to 111 against Two Mile House. So they feel, obviously, after last year's chastising defeat, I would imagine, against Ballyteague, a team that left it late, they don't want to lose out to another team from Allen Parish, and that's where we see Allenwood coming today. Allenwood, very similar to Ballyteague the last day, their neighbours, of course, out there. Well, they came with a late run in last year's championship Ballyteague, and subsequently went to take the title. So maybe Allenwood are planning something similar. Of course, it's all connected to the past and all the victories of the past with Allenwood. Noel Mooney, of course, near neighbour, managing the team here today. But Mark Hogarty, the Mayor Ferna, of course, was man of the match in the 2004 final that Allenwood won in the senior championship. Mark Bates is the man over Dermit, and Gary Hendy, a man that would have fielded many a ball both at midfield and in the forward line for Dermit, he is the Mayor Ferna here today. But plenty of connections, lads that would have come up against each other in the past, in some cases here, bit of county experience on both sides, and will experience tell the tale. Well, we'll wait and see. We're moments away then, as we said. Henry Barrett, the man in the middle, and of course we're in a very different location than we're normally used to, as we stand here in Netwatch Cullen Park with St. Colnett's Park out of commission for the moment. The building work going on there at the minute, and it was great to see there in the last few days the structure of the stand starting to appear over the skyline in Newbridge. as Henry Barrett gets ready to get underway here. We're just after 2 o'clock on a gorgeous day after the wet week that we had. The ball is thrown in and it went a little bit skew ways, but Keating is the man that picks it up. David Keating is all the Castledermot fans to my right hand side on the Castledermot side of the ground, I would imagine, as that ball is run out over the line over there on that far side. Cormac Danaher into the team, of course, in place of Mark Delaney. Danaher has started the last 2 matches, of course, and so he'll be no stranger to the game. Mark, of course, a dual star, played with Coyle Dove last weekend as they lost out to Naas in the senior final. And the ball was played back to the keeper. A chance here very early for Emmett O'Keefe, and eventually the Allenwood crew work it out. I'm not sure whether Luke Anderson fully was expecting that ball and probably didn't 100% commit to it, but Emmett O'Keefe wasn't able to get a strike off, and Allen would have settled things down now and be able to get it moving. But as I said, Delaney, I think, picked up a bit of a knock last week in that loss to Naas, and not able to make it here today. Strong Castledermot following in, of course, only out the road about 3 or 4 miles, of course, from the pitch, as the ball is played forward to Gavin Keating, but he's hounded out of it there. Allenwood, of course, in their change strip, predominantly white with the navy stripe across, and of course their sky blue as well in their numbers and in the shorts. Ball taken by Darren Malone, of course, Amanda Meddy's senior debut in 2014 in the senior panel at the county level in the last couple of years, and really, I think, came into his own a bit last year with Kildare. But ball now with Johnny Byrne, a man who's also experienced and played with Kildare hurlers in 2023. Ball is into the corner. On the move now, Allenwood looking to get the first strike in anger, but it's dropping into the grateful hands of Shane Nolan there. A chance from Danaher, of course. Allenwood, Johnny Doyle trying to get in and win that ball, and he has turned it over, falls on it, and somehow managed to pick it up. I don't know whether he did that legally, but ball has been turned over anyway. Henry Barrett letting the ball continue. Gavin Farrell in there, but he's robbed of that ball. Good tackle and pressure at the minute there from Ronan Guilfoyle. Loses the ball, but somehow eventually Johnny Byrne gets it up into Eric Judge's hands, and Eric trying to get forward there. Jerseys and shorts were being pulled by Tomas Murphy, and Henry Barrett's going to move it forward, and Johnny Doyle, I imagine, is going to stand over this. David Keating just marking the territory there for David, or I should say for Johnny. And Johnny will fancy a shot at this. Any little bit of a breeze at all, as you can see, is with Johnny at this moment in time, blowing in the what used to be the sugar factory end here. Comes around the house a little bit. Has he got enough? I don't think he has. He's pulled it out to the right and wide, so early miss from a free by Johnny Doyle here after just 3 minutes of action. It's the Old Shebeen Athy Intermediate Football Championship final. It's the Kildare final in Carlow, as that ball is played out to the middle there, and not a great ball from Shane Nolan, and Gavin Farrell has to let it go to the line. Gavin carrying a bit of a strapping around that right calf. I don't know whether that's going to restrict his movements a little bit, but ball is played into the middle now. Strong run here from Rory Moore. He made his debut a couple of years ago, gives it to Bagnall. Bagnall was very big and strong in the game against Monasterevin, scored a lot from out wide. Johnny Byrne looked like he was being fouled there as he was trying to continue to play that ball by Oisin Nolan, but referee allowed the play to continue, and eventually Allenwood coming forward, fouled there on Johnny Doyle, and Bagnall is the man standing over this one. It's a little bit better of a trajectory than the one that Johnny probably had. With that breeze, probably then maybe if you look at Johnny Doyle's kick, just going to the right of the right hand upright. So you want to be setting this out a little bit left maybe. So Owen Bagnall with Allenwood's second shot at goal, a chance to put them 1 point up, and that looks high and handsome. Off the upright it comes. Judge trying to get on it now, spins out of the tackle, looking to turn around the house a little bit. 4 Castledermot jerseys around him, and he's just hassled and harried away, and Castledermot turned the ball over. So 2 shots at goal, nothing for for Allenwood out of it, and Castledermot now looking to build out from the back here. Ball into the hands of Willie Kelly, giving it off now to Oisin Nolan. Nolan taking a bit of a dump there off of Rory Moore, loses his footing. Of course, lots of rain over the last week, but especially down around the course the east of the country in the last 48 hours, and ball given away there by Castledermot. Bagnall put across it, and I say the Sun had a part to play in that. Billy Maher trying to get up there and support Bagnall. Bagnall being traced all the way by Billy O'Gorman. Now gives it to Maher, the captain. Bagnall going for the return, right footed ball across, giving it to Johnny Byrne. Has a shout coming here from a man that's making a big trip forward. That's coming here from centre back Darren Malone. It's high and handsome. This one is on its way over the bar. He liked it as soon as it left his boot because he was punching the air. 3 shots a goal for Alan Wood in the first 5 minutes, and they've got their opening score of the game. Darren Malone was well worked there through the hands. Billy Maher to Bagnall, across to Byrne, and Byrne had the shout then from Malone, who made a 40-yard dash to get onto that ball and then handsomely put it over the bar. Point to no score then from the men from Alan Wood. Out to the middle where it's won there by Rory Moran, but it's picked up by Keating, and he gives it over to the far side now, and trying to advance on it here is Brian Nolan. Nolan getting away from his marker, giving it to Gavin Keating. Got 5 points against 2 Mile House. All the way, a loose ball to Oisin Nolan, gets a return and gives it to Gavin Farrell. Farrell now taking it into his possession and throwing it back here, giving it to cornerback Tomas Murphy. Murphy hearing a shout into the middle, and that he gives it now to the man wearing number 12 in his back, Pádraig Murphy, sitting back helping out his half back line. On it goes Oisin Nolan. Further on then it goes to Brian Nolan into the corner, then trying to find Conor Nolan. The Nolans linking up, looking to get away from the attentions there of Cormac Denneher. Ball is thrown back out, and it's going to be picked up there by Rory Moore. And Alan Wood there in numbers doing it well, but the ball was out over the line on the far side, and I think looking at the match officials, that's Niall Colgan over on the far side. It's going to be an Alan Wood ball, going to be taken by cornerback Brendan Hannafy. A very young full back line for Alan Wood. 2 21-year-olds and an 18-year-old is turning out that tackle and doing just about enough. Was Alan Wood's Rory Moran. He's fouled, says Henry Barrett, and it's going to be a free for Alan Wood. Alan Wood playing it forward towards Johnny Doyle. A young Alan Wood team in lots of ways, but this man, of course, is 45 years of age. He's still plugging away, and he gives it inside to Owen Bagnall. Bagnall coming deep as he did against Monastreven. Scored a lot from distance, looking to get away from his man. Giving it now to Billy Maher, hugging the line. Maher gets away from the attentions there at Castledermot, who seem to be struggling with the ground conditions. That looked like an illegal tackle, no question about it. And again, Oisin Nolan, he's coming to the attention of Henry Barrett. And Henry just having a word with him there, trying to claim it shoulder to shoulder. But Castledermot just, I think, struggling at the minute with footwear, I would have thought. Seems the number of their players have hit the deck a little bit easier than some of the Alan Wood lads have. Now, credit Netwatch Cullen Park in the condition that it's in, considering it held 2 Leinster club matches yesterday. But Owen Bagnall with this chance, so 7.5 minutes gone, as you can see on the stadium clock. Puts it up towards that right hand upright. Has it gone over? They're nodding at the flag. I think it's going to be a point for Alan Wood from Owen Bagnall again. And that's a good free. So Alan Wood making the most of having a bit of the elements behind him, as I said. As that kick out comes from Shane Nolan, drops it out here to David Dooley, coming in field now. Here's a shout inside from his centre back, but it's instead Pádraig Murphy. Looked like a bit of a third man tackle there. With play going on, Eric Judge trying to get involved there, getting in on Keating. Keating loses his footing. Judge is in around him, but the referee said that was illegal. David Keating got a goal and a point against 2 Mile House, now looking for a bit of movement. Now his midfield partner Gavin Farrell, but he elects to go backwards and give it to his centre back Oisin Nolan. Nolan advancing to the halfway line. Aaron Dunn coming to make it more difficult for him, but Brian Nolan gets the ball now, cuts inside Dunn and still going, making a bit of a run here now. This half back loses the ball though. Good tackle, brought it into a bit of traffic, and Alan Wood are there in numbers. I count 6 or 7 around there, getting away from the attentions of Castledermot. Alan Wood currently doing to Castledermot what many people expect Castledermot to do to Alan Wood at the other end. Looked like a bit of a high tackle, and Cormac Denneher there loses his footing then eventually from Willie Kelly, and he's on the deck, and it's going to be a free to Alan Wood. Taking their time here, 2 points to no score, they lead. 9 minutes gone, and it is the old Shabina Thai Intermediate Football Championship final between Alan Wood and Castledermot. Beaten finalist Castledermot last year, and they lost out of course to Alan Wood's neighbours Ballyteague in that final. Johnny Doyle coming forward with this now, taking it towards in the direction of Brian Nolan, but he offloads it and it's picked up by Billy Maher. Maher taking it and going for an overlap here with Doyle. He's still there if he wanted. Doyle cuts inside along the 45 metre line, has to jink the run, but he overstepped it there in front of Henry Barrett. That ball went over the bar. A fair effort from Johnny, but well, he just taken too much purpose on it and probably should have offloaded. Maher was going inside in Lode's room. Anyway, Castledermot getting on with it, giving it here by David Keating. Now here it goes, touching Nolan. Nolan now being tracked there and pushed and harried by Sean Moran. Hits the deck. Moran gets it off and gets it inside to Conor Nolan. Nolan looking to get inside the attentions of the number 17 shirt there that's on. We weren't told about that change, so apologies about that, but Gavin Malone is also in on the team there for Allenwood as Gavin Farrell plays that ball forward now, giving it off here to David Keating. Shot in anger, but it's straight into Anderson's hands. He's loads of times to find a man, and he picks it out here and gives it to Johnny Byrne. Johnny taking it away from the attentions of Emmett O'Keefe and pops the pass out here. Thinking it's one of the full back line that Gavin Malone is in for. As I said, we weren't told about that in the stadium announcements here either, as Darren Malone plays that ball forward, giving it to Bagnall, on to Doyle. Doyle goes to Bagnall. He didn't even look as he played it. Look, a bit of a challenge there, but Bagnall, there's a bit of a meat in the sandwich there of two Castledermot men, and they've turned that over. They probably feel just a score maybe to settle into this game, but they haven't really threatened Luke Anderson's goal, and that's probably been down to the defensive movement so far of the Allenwood crew. As getting on this ball now is David Dooley, trying to advance the ball as it's been urged on by the young Castledermot crowded around me here. It's back in the hands of David Keating, a veteran of course of numerous campaigns out for Castledermot, well involved of course in 2015 when they won the intermediate title. Good ball inside to Paddy Whelan, who was also around in 2015, blocked down though there by Brendan Hanafy, but the ball somehow skews its way back into the attentions there of Castledermot with the shot coming in. It looks like it's turning around the house a little bit. It's their first real shot in anger, and it's gone out to the right and wide. So chance for Castledermot there as they work that in, caused a little bit of panic in the Allenwood defence, but that shot came to nothing. Short kick out then from Anderson, and a chance for Allenwood's number 3 Sean Moore to get forward. Johnny Byrne on the ball, spins away from the attentions of Oisin Nolan. Nolan got a word from Henry Barrett earlier on, so he's probably just been careful. Keating is trying to track Byrne. Byrne had his arm pulled. Ball back out here to Aaron Dunn, or Bagnall I should say. Tried to turn on the ball there, slipped and fell. Eric Judge gets in and wins it and did very well there. Dirty ball. Judge got in and gets down and picks that ball up when maybe there was feet flying, and that's eventually what the foul was. That last wide there for Castledermot. The only real shot in anger coming from the boot of Gavin Keating, got 5 points the last day. So another chance here for Allenwood, and this time Bagnall has left it maybe to Johnny Doyle off the ground. This one Johnny's going to take it about 43.5 metres out, just to the right of the right hand upright. 12.5 minutes gone. Allenwood lead by 2 points to no score. Johnny Doyle coming up to this now, strikes it good. It's not going to curl enough, is it? It is. The umpire nods. It did enough. Johnny Doyle gets his opening score in this 2023 Old Shabeen Athy Intermediate Football Championship. And after 13 minutes, Johnny Doyle with that free stretches Allenwood out. A free from Owen Bagnall on 8 and a point from Darren Malone. The score so far, 13 minutes gone, and they've all come from the same part of the field. Ball breaks from Johnny Doyle and Gavin Farrell, picked up by David Keating, being hassled there by the other number 9 Rory Moore. Back into the hands it goes there of Pádraig Murphy, but the foul was called there by Henry Barrett, and it's Keating who's touched an awful lot of ball here in this opening 14 minutes or thereabouts. Plays the ball in field now. Emmett O'Keefe coming short, taking Sean Moore out of action here. Back it goes as Allenwood come across the line here with full back now Barry Nolan advancing into the Allenwood half and throws it to Gavin Farrell. I don't mean he literally threw it, but he gets it back to him anyway. Played forward by Gavin Keating. Nice ball inside. Oh, lovely interchange of passes, but it's Barry Nolan that finds himself on top of the D, giving it back to Paddy Whelan. Whelan with his left foot, dropping it in. Anderson is going to have this comfortably, steps out around Conor Nolan and gives it out here to Gavin Malone. Gavin playing it on here now to Eric Judge, dropping deep. Eric of course a long elder statesman with this Allenwood team too, made his debut in 2008. Giving it to Brendan Hanafy, gives it to Marr, who gives it to Johnny Doyle, back to Marr. Allenwood playing very, very tight at the moment. Marr dropping this in now, in on top of the head. Not a great ball for a corner forward inside, but done very well, Aaron Dunn there. Don't think he was going to claim possession of it, but the way it bounced off his hand, it knocked off the foot of the Castledermot defender, and it's gone out for a 45. And I suppose fortune favours the brave a little bit here, and it's a chance for Doyle again off the ground, 45 metres out. So Allenwood, 2 changes to their starting 15. Doyle comes up to this anyway. 15 minutes gone. Make it 4 points and no score. Johnny Doyle, he doesn't miss those. 45 up and over the bar. He's been hitting those since I'd say he was about 6 years of age. I don't know whether they always went over the bar, but man did always practice his long range kicking. And even though the legs might be getting a bit older, they still have enough gas in them to be able to kick those. Anyway, ball is on the move up here from Castledermot as they claim it, with Paddy Whelan now giving it back off to Gavin Keating as he got the first score for Castledermot. He hasn't. But Castledermot now just panicking slightly, just trying to get an opening score on the board. Long way to go still, but they've had 2 wides now, both of them coming from Keating. They've had 3 into the keeper's hands, and Alan would have got 4 points on the other end of the board. They've hit the post as well and had a wide. Ball breaks, and Johnny Doyle trying to get down ahead of Tomas Murphy to win this ball. Ball looking to be played inside. Knocked off the hand there of Sean Moore, but it's picked up by Castledermot. A bit more urgency in them now. David Keating, not on his favourite foot, but he plays it inside here to Conor Nolan. Nolan looking to spin back on his right, but he's hassled and harried off that. Keating not happy there. Thought he might have got the ball back. He was standing on the 20-metre line in the D's on his own. And again, the forwards not taking their opportunities here now. And Eric Judge brings this ball forward. Johnny Byrne looking for it on the Castledermot, or on his own 45 I should say, giving it off now here to Rory Moore. Moore a shout further out to Darren Malone, and then further on it goes again to Ronan Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle giving it forward here now. Ball inside, well won there by Aaron Dunn. Gets it back out here to Darren Malone. Heavy challenge there, thought it was a bit high. Gives it to Dunn, back to Bagnall. Bagnall has Judge maybe. Ball is looking to spin around and give it to Judge. Judge looking in field. Bagnall still inside for Judge. Judge not being hassled or harried here. Castledermot quite happy to stay off him. He gives it there to the captain Billy Marr. Marr in field to Malone. Malone offloads it to Doyle. Doyle has a shot from Byrne. Byrne has a support if he wants, with Johnny Byrne going from distance, but he's pulled it out to the right and wide. That's his second wide in the opening 18 minutes of this game. We were told before the game that number 19 was Cormac Denneher, and he was coming in for Mark Delaney. And we have 17 on the field and we don't have 19, so I'm going to have to clarify that at half time, if it's Gavin Malone or Cormac Denneher. As Castledermot come forward with this ball now, needing to get on the board, you would feel, just to calm the nerves of the supporters and the players around us. David Keating is definitely one that's taking the fight anyway. As he said, I'd love to see possessions of that man in the opening 19 minutes. But Castledermot find it extremely tough to get beyond the, I would say, the 45-metre line for Alan Wood. Anytime they got inside that, they have been swarmed out of it. So a chance here now. It's the first real place ball opportunity as such. I think Castledermot have had decent opportunities to get on the scoreboard. They just haven't taken them. So chance here now for Gavin Keating. 5 against 2 Mile House the last day. 4 were from frees. Here's his chance, right footed. This is the opening score for Castledermot, up and over the bar. And after 2 wides, he's put it over with that free. 90 minutes gone. Castledermot's first score, and maybe that'll settle the nerves. 4 points to 1. Kick out from Anderson, that's long and high and handsome and down on top of Rory Moore, but it's claimed there by Gavin Farrell, looking to maybe put a bit of pressure on now after that opening score. Keating, shout from Brian Nolan. Nolan spins and goes over the far side, being tracked by Doyle, gives it to the point to Pádraig Murphy. Murphy giving it on now to Gavin Farrell. Farrell now taking it for a bit of a tour down the far end. The Castledermot end, I suppose you want to call it here, of Netwatch Cullen Park. Inside it goes towards Conor Nolan, claiming it, spins out of the attentions there of the full back line for Alan Wood. Looking inside! That was dangerous ball. Dinky in, and O'Keefe was coming at full pelt, but got it, but I think it hit the back stanchion. We all thought it might have hit the post and out to the right and wide. Goes down as a wide against Emmett O'Keefe there, but that could have safely nestled in the back of Luke Anderson's net. Bit of an audacious ball by Conor Nolan if he meant it. Anderson out to the middle now, looking to drop it on top of a number of lads' heads, but it was a bit too short for Billy Maher, who's just dragging a bit of air at the minute as Keating comes onto this. Push off by Darren Malone, flings it up, and the crowd like it. It's gone over the bar. And Castledermot now on a bit of a surge. Their second point, and David Keating, their standout man here in the opening stages, narrows the gap, halves it, 4 points to 2. .21 gone. The Old Shebeen Athy Intermediate Football Championship final between Allenwood and Castledermot. Man in the middle, Henry Barrett of Kilcullen. Helped out by Niall Colgan on the far side and Jack O'Connell on our near side here. Coming up, the senior final at 4 o'clock between Selbridge and Naas. Short kick out given to Ronan Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle gives it to his cornerback Brendan Hannafy and then goes infield. Johnny Doyle coming short for it. Steps away from the attentions there of Conor Nolan. Ball has been lost by Allenwood though. They've got to be careful, they've been turned over, and it's David Keating now driving on. Has maybe Conor Nolan if he wants. Loses his footing. Allenwood though 6 and 7. The referee said there was a foul committed on the 45 metre line. A chance you'd imagine for Gavin Keating here. And very quickly Castledermot with the chance to narrow it to just the 1. David Keating taking on a bit of air there at the minute. He's been doing an awful lot of good things for Castledermot in the early stages here. And his brother Gavin is going to stand over this now in an effort to, as he said, narrow the gap just to a solitary score. So the free, 44 and a half metres out, or thereabouts. Puts it up good and high, got a good tuft of grass I think and floats it handsomely over the post. And Gavin Keating with that latest free. So Allenwood, it took them 16 minutes to open a 4 points and no score lead, and the lead has been knocked down to 1 in the last 4 by Castledermot. Once he got that free from David Keating or Gavin Keating, you felt that they were going to just maybe be able to knock on 1 or 2 others. This is where the problems have been for Allenwood in the last couple of minutes, so not winning their own ball in the middle, but they've done it this time. Aaron Dunn getting it on, not a great ball at all by Rory Moore, and I thought he could have kicked it in there towards Billy Maher, who now finds himself in on the edge of the square. Don't know whether Billy's carrying a bit of a knock. I just thought he was a bit laboured out there a few minutes ago, and now he's gone in on the edge of the square. As Castledermot settling down now, and I think those scores will have helped them. David Dooley playing across the field. Bring it out to their own 45 and go backwards with it to Oisin Nolan. Nolan being directed by David Keating to give it to David Dooley, but not a great ball, and it's going to be turned over here by Allenwood. Owen Bagnall loses his footing just a little bit as he thought to insert a little bit of pace there onto that move. There's a man gone inside. Bagnall has spotted him. Some ball if he gets on the end of it. And it just gets away from Cormac Denner. So Cormac Denner is out there. And there is a number 17 shirt out there as well. So we were definitely told about one change anyway. As Castledermot get on this ball now, 4-3, 24 minutes gone, and after the start that they saw them concede a few scores, Castledermot probably happier the last few minutes. And could they be about to level or go ahead before the half-time break? Gavin Farrell being tracked all the way there. A bit of meat in the sandwich of Darren Malone and Eric Judge, but it goes back to David Dooley. Dooley to his wing-back partner Brian Nolan, and back it goes again to Oisin Nolan. So the half-back line linking up and the ball all the way over to the far side for Castledermot to come on and attack with Pádraig Murphy. Johnny Doyle meeting him there on the 45. Support from Barry Nolan if he wants, but he elects to go in towards Conor Nolan. Nolan looking to spin back on his favourite right foot. Has a shot at the post. Has he got the measure of it? No, it's gone out to the left and wide. 25 minutes gone. It remains 4 points to 3. And Castledermot now with more wides than they have scores. With that latest effort there. And as I said, they've had clear-cut chances that they could be in front. Kick out then towards Doyle. Gavin Farrell tracking him. And it just gets away from both of them and out over the line on that far side. Grass obviously still has a bit of grease on it, that it's even with the sun that's been on it for about 9 o'clock. Ball just skidded away there now over the line. Getting onto this ball now, Gavin Keating. Allenwood just not doing what they were doing in the opening quarter, getting on their own ball as Gavin Keating comes forward, offloads the pass. Looked like there was a foul there, and it's going to be a free out for Allenwood. Eric Judge getting on the ball, giving it off now to one of the younger statesmen to be able to drive forward in cornerback Brendan Hannafy, only 18 years of age, giving it to Johnny Byrne. Byrne into the middle to Ronan Guilfoyle. Byrne taking his time now, gets away from Gavin Farrell on to Johnny Doyle. Doyle getting inside. Henry Barrett said he was fouled though by Willie Kelly, and it's going to be a free. And chance here now that Johnny Byrne is going to take quickly now, looking for Aaron Dunn inside. The hop gets to him, he's on the top of the D. Aaron Dunn definitely had the shoulder pulled back, but he has a shot at the post. Aaron Dunn puts it up and over the bar. Second time. I thought he was going to get a free, but he ploughed on, played a whistle I suppose, and that takes some of the pressure off Allenwood with that latest score there. After 27 minutes, Aaron Dunn inside, putting that ball over the bar, got away from the attentions of Tomas Murphy. 5 points to 3. Ball out to the middle. Good kick out from Shane Nolan, finding Brian. And Brian gets forward now, and it's all the Nolans linking up here. Shane to Brian to Connor. Connor looking to pirouette it off now, and it's inside him and O'Keefe. O'Keefe looking to step inside Anderson. Loses his footing. Shot! Managed to be able to get back up, and after Allenwood getting 2 in front, Emmett O'Keefe, second time of asking, put the ball in the back of the net. And the Castledermot crowd rise to their feet here. First real opportunity that they threatened Anderson's goal. They did have a chance, a half chance. Emmett O'Keefe with a fisted effort about 15 minutes ago. But, no doubt about that, but he was managed to be able to fall, get around Anderson and get back up and put the ball in the back of the net. Not a great kick out from Anderson, straight to Keating. Keating now giving it off. It link it up with Porrig Murphy. Eventually it falls into the hand of his brother Gavin, and now it's back with Porrig Murphy. Murphy pirouette now with the tackle. The Keating's linking up now. Back to David it goes. To the goal scorer O'Keefe, and now across the line to Brian Nolan. It was the Nolans linking up that set up O'Keefe, and now it's Dooley to Nolan. Nolan getting over to this side of the field, being tracked by Johnny Doyle. Now that goal could be important. They got 3 of course against 2 Mile House. They got 3 against Allenwood in the group stages. They have 1 here already. Patient build up here now. Gavin Farrell across the middle, taken on here now by Barry Nolan. Has a bit of support there if he wishes. Good show and go there by Porrig Murphy, and then probably dummied on himself a little bit, but he extricates himself out and gives a touchy Nolan into the field. It goes now to David Keating. Keating looking to get away from the last point score there for Allenwood. Aaron Dunn plays a lovely dinky ball inside, off running here now is Brian Nolan, or Emmett O'Keefe I should say. Ball is up and over the bar, and all of a sudden Castledermot hitting a bit of a groove, and Emmett O'Keefe might have thought the gods were against him, but I suppose you keep plugging away, and now he's got a goal in the point in the space of 90 seconds. And it was a good interchange of play there. David Keating with a lovely little ball in, and then off the shoulder running. Again the kick out from Anderson causing all sorts of problems. Dooley giving it off here now. O'Keefe looking to get inside again, being tracked there by fullback Sean Moore. Back it out it comes here. Going to be a shot from Gavin Keating outside to the right. Audacious score. Ball is in. Anderson does well in fairness. Palms it away and makes up a little bit for the kick out. And Allenwood now coming out from the back. Owen Bagnall dropping deep, taking a bit of a tour with Oisin Nolan. Low ball down along towards Aaron Dunn. Gets out in front of his marker. He's winning that battle at the minute. Bagnall is onto it now, trying to get inside possibly Barry Nolan and David Keating. Back out it comes. Allenwood now like trying to react after that goal in the point there. Johnny Doyle giving it here to Cormac Denneher. Denneher, lovely ball across now. Eric Judge takes a mark here. Could have kept playing, actually. I would have thought he could have got into space, but elected to take the mark and settle things down. Chance to make it a 1-point game. Good score from Eric Judge. One minute of additional time to be played, and we're already in that then. So, chance maybe for Alan Wood to maybe win this kick out, or Castledermot to claim it and get down the field. And there you have it. Nice kick out, watched and woke up there by Willie Kelly. Was able to drift into space. Alan Wood didn't pick him up, and he takes it for a tour down the far side. They lead 1-4-6. The goal from Emmett O'Keefe and the point that he followed up afterwards, vital for Castledermot here as they've pushed in front. Back it goes here now to Oisin Nolan. 1-4-6. It's the Old Shabina tie. A turbo giveaway by Oisin Nolan. Johnny Byrne now. Aaron Dunn, they're the only two men. 4 Castledermot men around him. Support coming though on the far side if he can get it there. Eventually the pass is played inside. Not a great ball. And it was asking an awful lot there of Billy Maher to be able to get to it, and it's read well by Brian Nolan, and it's cut out. Henry Barrett has the whistle on the lips though. 10 seconds left into the hands of Willie Kelly. Kelly though being tracked there, he's got to be careful, mind the ball now. Brian Nolan, David Keating, eventually and Nolan there linking up, and the referee calls half time. 1-4-6 points. The Old Shabina Tie Intermediate Football Championship final. It is Castledermot with that Emmett O'Keefe goal. Got inside after a lovely link-up play between Shane Nolan, Brian Nolan and Conor Nolan. Set up Emmett O'Keefe, went to pull the trigger with the left, slipped. Luke Anderson was sent to the shops a little bit, got back up and with his right foot put the ball in the back of the net, followed up with a point shortly afterwards. And after the Keatings had kind of led the way, Emmett O'Keefe got in on the action as well. That's been their scores of their 1-4. Allenwood, don't forget, had a 4-0 score lead. The points coming early doors from Darragh Malone, points as well from Owen Bagnall and then Johnny Doyle. They went a little bit quiet then, but they have followed up with points from Aaron Dunn and Eric Judge. So leave just the minimum in it here, 1-4-6 points, but with the elements slightly behind them in the second half, you'd imagine Castledermot will try to use that as much as possible to their advantage. So half time here in the Old Shabina Thai Intermediate Football Championship final. It is Castledermot 1-4, Allenwood 6 points. And you're welcome back here to Netwatch Cullen Park for the Old Shabina Thai Intermediate Football Championship final. Teams back out, just looking around to see if we any changes, waiting for a few backroom officials to have a word. So half an hour away. Castledermot looking to bridge a gap since 2015. Alan would have to go back a little bit longer, but they're looking to get back to senior football. Of course, the last county title they won in 2004, their only senior title. Johnny Doyle gets a hand on that and he flicks it over towards Rory Moore. As getting on this ball now is Ronan Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle giving it to Aaron Dunn. Dunn on running, coming out Rory Moore, maybe being asked in the second half to take the fight to Castledermot a little bit, but Owen Bagnall trying to get on that ball, but combination of players there knocks him away from it, and Rory is coughed up with that ball. So it's into the middle now with David Keating, a standout man I think for Castledermot so far. Someone was telling me here, mid-30s this man is. Well, David has been orchestrator for Castledermot over many years, of course. Memory serves me right, of course, 2015 they won that Kildare title and then drove on, and if I remember rightly, above in Drogheda on a very famous damp day, they claimed the Leinster title, I think, as well, didn't they? As Keating gets on this ball now, linking up with brother Gavin. They've 3 points between them, and they've dropped it in towards Conor Nolan here. Breaks away. 2 Alan Wood men around him, but they can't get it, and Jack O'Connell signals that it's going to be a line ball for Castledermot. Don't forget, 4 o'clock game coming up between Naas and Selbridge. Crowd starting to come in for that as well, but a healthy crowd here in the stand and over on the terrace on the far side, as I'm sure you can pick up on our camera. Ball played there between David Dooley and David Keating, but it's turned over by Alan Wood, who's still very much in this game, no question. Would have been the underdogs coming into it, but Luke Anderson wins that ball. Don't think he'll thank Brendan Hannafy for the pass, but it's worked out all right anyway. And don't see any changes for the second half by my reckoning, but Cormac Denner was in for Mark Delaney from the start, as that was expected, but Darren Judge was the man that was replaced by Gavin Malone, as Johnny Doyle gets on this ball now away from Willie Kelly. Has support from Rory Moran. Doyle, of course, 1996 he made his debut, but unfortunately he's overplayed the ball there, and that's the second time Henry Barrett has caught him. He's not too happy, Johnny, having a word with Henry, but Castledermot didn't need to do anything there. Johnny fouling that ball, as driving forward here is Barry Nolan. Strong run, leaving Doyle in his wake, but the ball is given to Gavin Keating. On it goes further here now to the goal scorer, Emmett O'Keefe. Of course, got 2-3 against 2 Mile House. A goal and a point here so far. Back it goes to Barry Nolan. Nolan hears a shout from David Keating. Always the man on offer. Ball to Gavin Keating, into the corner it goes. Turned over and out here now, back towards David Keating. Gonna think about a shot. No, dropping a lovely ball inside, and I think be able to claim it. Is he? I don't think so. No, he claimed the mark, but the kick was from inside the 45, and Castledermot lads demonstrated, but sure, it can't be a mark, so it has to be a throw ball, because the play had stopped. David Keating is still wondering why Henry Barrett is doing what he's doing. And now what's the decision being made? I think the linesman filled them in that it may have been. So anyway, they've got on with the play. I don't know what way that rule came in there, but anyway, David Keating gets a forward. Shot! Good save, was it? Save for the post, but Luke Anderson got down there. I'll give Luke the credit there. He's injured himself, I think, as well. But Castledermot were looking possibly to wrap this game up. Ball driven in. And don't know how much Luke knew about it. He got his whole body across, but I wonder did he get a blow to the face. Physio's gone in anyway, and buys Alan with a little bit of time. 35 minutes gone, not a whole lot of action in this second half of the Old Shabina Thai Intermediate Football Championship final. And Anderson is up on one knee anyway. So you'd have to credit Luke Anderson with the save coming here after 35 minutes. Just making sure he is okay to continue. I think he's fine. Again, shot coming in there. I think it might have been from Paddy Whelan. Just looking at him off his left foot. But Castledermot making up for some of the bit of indecision that was around that mark there originally. That looks a high challenge. Now Eric Judge probably slipped a little bit. Referee is calling a halt. And possibly David Keating wasn't helped by the fact that Eric Judge slipped, I think, as he went into challenge. I think Henry Barrett is aware of that, but challenge was it was going to be a bit high anyway. He's giving him a yellow card there. Winning that ball there and fouled again. Rory Moran. David just got to be careful now. He's on a yellow card. As Darren Malone tries to get forward here now when he's breaking away. Malone hits the deck. And was that a trip? I don't think Henry Barrett is looking for a card straight away. In there, Johnny Doyle. Henry, I'd probably tell him, Johnny, I know how to ref the game. But Darren Malone was away there. And Henry doesn't seem in any rush to throw out any kind of card. He's happy with the nature of the foul, let's say. Again, 7 minutes gone. There was so much action in the opening few minutes of the first half, but very slow here. Mark Hogarty being told about being on the field by the fourth official. Mark is not going to care if it means that he's helps his club to a county title as the free is taken by Owen Bagnall, dropping it in and over the bar. And Allenwood are level. And a fairly inauspicious start to the second half. Yellow card for a save by Luke Anderson, a yellow card for David Keating, and a point from a free from Owen Bagnall. That's the big talking point so far. Shane Nolan pirouetting around the kicking tee down there to eventually get the pass off, and Brian Nolan is the man that's offering a bit of space here. Johnny Byrne showing him the direction, and he comes inside. Met with a bit of a harmless tackle from Ronan Guilfoyle, and he gets the ball off here. Castledermot coming on the attack, of course, attacking the what was affectionately known around here as the Sugar Factory end one time. You can still see the Sugar Factory line killing off to our left hand side. There's a bit of a third man tackle happened there. Brian Nolan on Billy Marr. There's all sorts of pulling and dragging going on here off the ball at the minute, and I think Henry Barrett has been told by Niall Colgan what exactly happened, and he's going to call back Brian Nolan, I think, for a chat. Brian is pleading his case, but I think he's definitely going to be on the list anyway. Yellow card coming up. Black card. Yeah, black card. So as I expected, it was a third man tackle. The Castledermot boys not happy, but Brian Nolan black carded here after 39 minutes. So could be a key spell now to be without him. As Emmett O'Keefe drove forward in that ball, but the Allenwood's number 9, Rory Moran, was going down it, so bit of an advantage here to Allenwood for the next few minutes. Interesting to see Castledermot, of course, they'd expect now to go into lockdown mode a little bit. As Allenwood now attack the going around here is the Deer Park end, but the Castledermot end, I suppose, of Netwich Cullen Park, as it points out the road in that direction. Castledermot, of course, with the shortest trip of all the teams here today. Only about 5 minutes in the road. As that gap opened up there for Owen Bagnall, drives in and up and over the bar. And Allenwood just going about the business at the moment, and it's Owen Bagnall that's got the scores. But was there a foul there on a Castledermot man in an effort to get across to Owen Bagnall? I thought Henry Barrett could have had a look at that, but anyway, it's 2 points for Owen Bagnall, and after conceding a goal and a point before the break, it looked like it was putting Castledermot in a driving seat. It's Allenwood to come out and started the better here. And they lead 8 points to 1-4. Out to the middle. Johnny Doyle didn't get a touch in that, but it was flicked away by David Dooley. But it's Johnny Byrne that picks it up. Over solos a little bit there, and it's turned over and driving out now Castledermot with Willie Kelly. Kelly giving it to O'Keefe. Tackle late there. Referee giving an advantage inside. Johnny Doyle is down as well. And there's all sorts happening in front of the Castledermot dugout there and in front of Niall Colgan. And Henry Barrett got to be careful here now. Just a little bit of niggles that are going on. And he's having a word there with Niall Colgan just to make sure, but there was a tackle laid, no question, on the Castledermot player after that ball was played. And that definitely going to result in the free in. He was allowing the advantage, but have they picked up the man that committed the foul? I think they have. But, Johnny Doyle and Willie Kelly were in a little bit of wars as well. Johnny's up. Yellow card for Castle, or I should say Alan Wood's number 3, Sean Moran. But Castledermot minus now Brian Nolan, black carded after 39 minutes for third man tackle. As this free then is down to our left hand side with Gavin Keating, flights it towards the post, and he's a very good free taker is Gavin Keating. Puts it up and over the bar from a very difficult angle right out on the sideline. That's a hell of a score. And if Johnny Doyle can do it, definitely Gavin Keating. That is a fabulous effort to tie the scores up here again in the Old Shabina Thai Intermediate Football Championship Final. It is Castledermot 1-5, Alan Wood 8 points. As Dara Malone, jersey pulled there as he tried to get forward. Dara, who's, I have to say, quite a thought in the last quarter of the first half. Gets that ball forward there to Owen Bagnall. Being tracked there by Oisin Nolan. Loses possession of the ball but gets it back to Eric Judge. Looks like it was dragged out over the line over on the far side. And Jack O'Connell gives a sideline ball to... What's a free, is it? He's definitely in field a good bit. Yeah, must have been a free. An interchange of passes there. From the Castledermot defence as they break down on the terrace side and the far side, and that looked like a heavy challenge from Eric Judge, but the referee is going to the card again. I imagine Eric Judge is going to get a yellow card, and it's just getting a little bit niggly. Stop start now in the opening 13 minutes here. 1-4 to 6 at half time. 1-5 to 8. Eric Judge gets a yellow card for himself here. Well, David Keating, yellow card after 37. Black card for Brian Nolan after 39. Yellow card for Sean Moran on 42. And now Eric Judge on 43. Henry Barrett has been busy in the last few minutes. There's a chance here now for Gavin Keating. This would be some score if he puts this over. 48 metres out, about 8 metres in from the far sideline. Likes the look of it, the way he's looking down his left shoulder. Comes up to it, little jig and drives it. It's up good and high. I don't think it's going to make it though. Dangerous ball dropping in. Keating's in underneath it. Also in there was Paddy Whelan. But it's Alan Wood that looked like they've claimed the ball. They were fouled and a chance for them to break out. Link it up here to Cormac Denneher. Well, Colgan looked like he had the flag up. Think there's going to be a sub maybe on one of the teams. Driving forward now, Denneher taking Gavin Farrell for a bit of a tour. Down and Farrell with his shoulder out over the sideline. And Denneher probably should have got rid of it before that. Probably fancied his pace, but he was heading down a bit of a dark alley. As get ready for the change.
Number 21, Fionn O'Gorman, replaces number 13, Paddy Whelan.
So Fionn O'Gorman, number 21 for Castledermot, coming in here after 45 minutes. Paddy Whelan's day is done. Castledermot now probably happy. 6 minutes of Brian Nolan's black card gone. Inside is a injury, it looks like, to Sean Moran. Henry Barrett just got in to check physios in there as well. The clock kicks on. We're going to have a bit of injury time at the end of this encounter, but it's still level pegging. And at this stage, even hard to know where the winner is going to come from, because Castledermot, the little bit of impetus that they had at the end of the first half has been curtailed, and haven't really come out of the dressing rooms firing on all cylinders, I would say. But anyway, they have this sideline ball down below us here, going to be taken by Willie Kelly. Plays it in field to the man that's on the field of play. Willie Kelly playing it forward, a bit of a no-look pass, but he gets it on here to David Keating. Keating being tracked there by Owen Bagnall. Held up there in possession. Corey Murphy giving it to Gavin Keating. Into the middle to Gavin Farrell, the captain of this Castledermot team. And of course it played county football, of course, and would have been in around senior panels in his time. Ball back out here towards Oisin Nolan, standing just inside the Allenwood half to Fiona Gorman. Giving it inside and claiming that mark was Willie Kelly just inside the 45. And Willie fancying himself here. Is he going to go for a short one? No, fancies himself, puts it up, and I think Willie, maybe the blood was up. He fancied being able to kick it from that distance, but that's a bad wide, you'd have to say, from a Castlederma point of view. Another substitution going to happen, and it looks like Darren Judge, that was replaced at the start of the game by Gavin Malone, is going to come on. Not sure who he's going to replace just yet. Mark Hogarty, hearing from his cornerback there, Fionn Moore, don't know what it is, but the other cornerback, Brendan Hannafy, gets into a bit of trouble, and Darren Malone got to play a bit of soccer with him, played across the field to Ronan Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle being tracked there by Gavin Keating, got to be careful, steps inside his man, gives it infield now to Malone. Malone giving it on to Rory Moore. Moore looking to play infield now, being held up there a little bit by the Castledermot bunch, and he eventually offloads to Johnny Byrne. Byrne gets a shout outside from Hannafy. Hannafy now advancing 45 metres out, ball is in the hands of Owen Bagnall. Bagnall being refused an opportunity there to shoot by Oisin Nolan. Back it goes to Deniher. Patient build up here from Allenwood, but that's because the numbers back for Castledermot, only one actually inside the Allenwood half. 13 behind the ball, it'll shortly be 14 if Gavin Keating makes it. Now he is behind the ball, played by Darren Malone. Lots of blue and white in between them and the goals at the far end. Eric Judge knocking the ball forward. Johnny Doyle now inside and inside forward line, being tracked all the way by Gavin Farrell. Farrell holds him up, back away he goes from Billy Marr. Back out further then Allenwood, giving it to Billy Marr, I should say, at this point. Brendan Hannafy playing it in field. Johnny Byrne looking to pirouette from Willie Kelly, holds his ground, plays a nice ball inside now. Sean Moore coming in from an angle, left it behind him, gets it away from Emmett O'Keefe though, gets an interchange of passes, back out it comes here to Moore. More an opportunity, further back out it goes. Patient again on the ball, they have to be Allenwood, because Castledermot with men behind the ball, and it looks like it'll shortly be 15 behind the ball. Playing it inside, Aaron Dunn, taken away from him by Fiona Gorman, the man that's just in, and then he looked like he was illegally dispossessed of the ball by Johnny Doyle, and it's going to be a free out for Castledermot. So after all that possession of the ball there by Allenwood, not able to penetrate, and it's going to be a free out. Sub now to take place, and Brian Nolan back in, and Castledermot in the time he was off didn't concede too much. Just that point for Owen Bagnall practically straight away after. No, they didn't. They got Gavin Keating on the scoreboard as well.
Number 13, Darren Judge, replaces number 12, Billy Marr.
So Billy Marr, I thought he looked a little bit cumbersome in the first half, and his race is run off the field of play after 49 minutes, and Darren Judge is the man that is on. Castledermot now with Willie Kelly. Back to the full complement now. Kelly throws it back to Emmett O'Keefe, going for this shot, but it's as wide as Willie Kelly's was about 4 minutes ago. And Castledermot just seem to have gone back into their shell a little bit. This is the Old Shabina Thai Intermediate Football Championship final. Not the greatest final to write home about, but neither side will care if they come away with the victory. But at the moment, it's hard to see where the winner is going to come from. Are we looking at additional time here? As Gavin Farrell got on that ball, but Johnny Doyle did that very well, knocked it off of Farrell and out over the sideline, and it's going to be a sideline ball. So of course we won't have extra time, we'll have a replay if this game finishes level. So 10 minutes remaining to decide who will be bringing home the intermediate trophy that rests here to my left hand side. It could be anyone's game right now. Johnny Byrne giving that ball off, nearly lost to Ronan Guilfoyle. Did he do enough? The referee said that Johnny Byrne was being fouled. It's back to a free just inside the Castledermot 65, and it'll allow Castledermot to get men behind the ball. 14 behind the ball at this stage. Johnny Byrne taking it quickly now. Need a bit of impetus, Allenwood, if they're to try and get a score on the board, you would feel. Castledermot quite happy to take the pressure and then maybe break in numbers. Back it goes. They're now into their own half, Alan Wood, and back beyond their own 65 here. Looking for a bit of support is Brendan Hannafy. Eventually gets it from Sean Moran. Moran coming forward, giving it to Darren Malone. Malone did very well there, got through 3 tackles, and he's still going. Darren Malone has offload to Johnny Doyle. Doyle in the top of the D, surrounded by 4 Castledermot men, not giving up the ball, tries to get to the deck to offload it, hold it in with his feet, looked like he was doing it maybe illegally. Somehow the ball though is won by Castledermot. Loose pass thrown there towards David Dooley, but he held on to it. Loose pass then given off. Aaron Dunn looking to get in on it. You'd feel the next score could be vital for either team. Dunn looking to get away with it. Back it goes here, looking to get out of the tackle. There is Eric Judge, and eventually the referee said there was a foul committed, not on the man that was on the ball, but Aaron Dunn as he went inside, and it's going to be an easy score, you'd imagine, here for Owen Bagnall and maybe Alan Wood. Someone getting ahead by just 1 score here now could be all vital as we head into the closing stages. You'd imagine additional time, whatever. There's still about 10 minutes remaining though. But just at the moment, Castledermot seemed a little bit lethargic out there for some reason. Owen Bagnall then, taking his time, sipping a bottle from the physio's magic bottle. Right-footed ball on the top of the square. 13 metres out, he should tap this ball over the bar, put Alan Wood back in front. It's a down off his boots, off the side and up and over the bar. Owen Bagnall with his 4th point of this county final and his 3rd of this second half. Kick out to come. You would feel, of course, looking at the scoreboard, that the game has gone more Alan Wood's way than it has Castledermot's in this second half. Eric Judge landing there as Castledermot man in a bit of butter. Looks like it's Gavin Farrell. And maybe, just maybe when they all went in for that ball, did he fall? The Alan Wood man on the injured leg of Gavin Farrell. He's heavily strapped around that left calf. And the physio, the Mayor Fern over on the far side, I think they're looking even at this stage of change, but I don't think there's a whole lot Eric Judge could do. It's all just in falling with the ball. Possession though is Castledermot's. Alan Wood physio has been busy up and down the pitch at the minute, getting water and everything into lads. The Out Shabeen Intermediate Football Championship final between Alan Wood and Castledermot. Castledermot, of course, beaten finalists last year to Ballyteague, near neighbours and parish rivals, of course, of Alan Wood, who they're up against today. And at the minute, it looks like the cup could be heading back out to the same neck of the woods with 6 minutes to play of normal time, which you'd imagine there's going to be 3 to 4. Gavin Farrell is back up, but he's a little bit gingerly carrying that hip and leg. He ain't going to want to come off though, captain of this Castledermot team. With David Keating's on the ball, he's trying to steal a couple of yards over on that far side. He's eventually then goes backwards after stealing all the yards. Interchange of passes with Oisin Nolan, and has a shout over here from David Dooley. Now Alan Wood get them in behind the ball. 14 of them again. Will they do a better job than Castledermot have done at the other end? Willie Kelly to Keating. The Keating brothers linking up. David to Gavin. Gavin playing a nice little dicky ball inside though. Looking to turn around Conor Nolan. Slips on the deck again. Back to O'Gorman. The man who came in there shortly ago from Paddy Whelan. Shot coming in from Keating. Massive score from Gavin Keating. Castledermot crowd haven't had a whole lot to cheer about in this second half. It's only their, of course, second point. Both of them have come from Gavin Keating. One from a free, one from play. But he was spinning away as soon as it left his boot. He obviously liked it as Owen Bagnall gets on this ball now. Urgency, you'd imagine, from both teams. Given off here now by Ronan Guilfoyle. Into the tackle was Brendan Hannafy, and he was fouled, says the referee. Rory Moran. Back it goes to Johnny Byrne. Will these two teams be going at it again? Well, still have time, of course, and maybe this man will open it up here. Darren Malone with a real strong run. Offload the pass here to Aaron Dunn. Has 2 men outside him though. Held up well, you'd have to say, by Oisin Nolan. Thought he played it away illegally. Gives it to Johnny Doyle. Doyle now giving it to his midfield partner Rory Moran. Inside it goes. Bagnall is thinking of a shot. Dropping this ball in. Dangerous ball out to the left and wide. Eric Judge was appealing in there, was he? Or was it the number 13? Actually, it was 19 on the back there. Cormac Denner, apologies, just the dirt on the jersey. But that was a wide there from Bagnall. I think he was shooting for the score. He wasn't dropping that in, but 56 minutes gone. And it's a level pegging here. 9 points to 1-6. Ball out to the middle. Kick out won well by Castledermot's number 7, David Dooley. Has picked up a bit of a cramp, I'd imagine, in that right calf. To the goal scorer and point scorer just before half-time, Emmett O'Keefe. Rolling the ball in. Left behind there by Conor Nolan. Diving on the ground, the Alan Wood men. Picked up the second time. O'Gorman has to keep it in. Knocking it out here now. O'Keefe recycling the ball. If they got in front here, you'd say they might be home and hosed here. Getting inside Keating, giving it now to O'Keefe. Settling on his left foot, not a great shot into Anderson's hands. Anderson drives out with the ball now. Needs a bit of support. Only blue jerseys around him and they're not his own. Johnny Doyle with his front to goal. Not a great play. Oh, lovely dummy solo. Customary one from Doyle there. Picked out, giving it off to Moore. Moore out to Judge. Moore goes for the return. Now a bit of space for Alan Wood. 57 minutes gone. Darren Malone driving forward. Ball is not great one though. Denner is underneath it. Flicked away from by Willie Kelly, and that could be vital. Allows the numbers to get back. Gavin Farrell on 1.5 legs, I think. Giving it backwards. He gets to try and hold up Johnny Byrne. Byrne coming in field. Has a shout over on the far side from Darren Malone. Malone again from Ronan Guilfoyle. Next score wins, I think. 1-6 Castledermot. 9 points Alan Wood. Men behind the ball, but Castledermot haven't committed as many as they've done previously. As Bagnall comes all the way across the field. On the ball, Rory Moore, giving it to his midfield partner, Johnny Doyle. Looking to come inside. Foul there by Keating, and it's a long way out, but they're going to work something. Aaron Dunn coming short. Giving the ball inside, Johnny Doyle does. Aaron Dunn now. 4 Castledermot men around, goes inside. That hits the deck. Henry Barrett didn't see a foul in that. Man loose is Johnny Byrne here. Going to be hard to pick out. Eric Judge, 50 metres out. Looking for Johnny Doyle to go on a run. Doyle, 45 out. Puts it high. Doyle puts it handsome. Doyle puts it over. Massive score from the veteran of many a campaign. And could he have brought the cup back to Alan Wood? You nearly knew Eric Judge wanted him to do it. Urged them on to step onto the 45. Alan would have turned it over. Have to know they haven't. Castledermot have to come again. 10-1-6 advantage Castledermot. Keating puts it out and gives it to Gavin Farrell. Right footed ball down into the corner. Alan Wood are strong. Guilfoyle did that well. Kept it in play, but he gives it to Castledermot. David Keating inside. Loose ball. Alan Wood have won it. Got to mind the ball, but Moore gives it away. Fouls his man. And a chance you feel for Gavin Keating. With the clock a minute of normal time remaining. Rory Moore just needed to mind the ball. Tried to play a high hand pass and then fouled the man. Probably the only thing he could do after giving the ball away. But it set up an opportunity here now for Gavin Keating. 4 points in this county final so far. And a chance, I think, to bring us to another day. I don't think we're going to separate them if he puts this over. The old Shabina Thai Intermediate Football Championship final. Bit of a slugfest between Castledermot and Alan Wood. Alan Wood hold the advantage at the minute. 10-1-6. It's nearly on the hour mark now as Gavin Keating looks down over his left shoulder. In a similar position moments ago, dropped the ball short. But this one's at a better angle. Right footed comes up to this. Not going to make it, I don't think. Dropping the ball in. They're all up for it. Hands on it. It's a Castledermot jersey was shortly, but then Alan Wood somehow pluck it away. And it was Owen Bagnall that was back there to do it. 4 minutes of additional time. The groans from the Alan Wood crowd around me. But they're in possession of the ball at the minute. 10-1-6. Yellow card for Willie Kelly, I think it is. And all of a sudden this game has a little bit of tension and urgency around it. Alan Wood lead, 10-1-6. On the ball, is Dara Malone. Johnny Byrne giving it back. Anderson, got to be careful here now. Alan Wood playing it very tight, being tracked there. Looked like a foul there by Gorman on Fiona Gorman on the Alan Wood man, and that buys in a little bit more time. Waiting to make a substitution are Alan Wood. They called the official, and is the sub ready? It doesn't look like it. And eventually then the board is put up. It looks like they are going to take off, have they? 21 for 15 is what went up. So is that Jack O'Brien in for Eric Judge? I don't know. As Johnny Doyle wins that ball, gets a foul, but Castledermot have turned it over. It's David Keating now with the chances. A Castledermot man inside, looking to interchange of passes. David Keating driving forward, hits the deck. Free in, says the referee. Free in, says Henry Barrett. And of all the frees given today, I think it's one of the softer ones. But David Keating, strong run from him, you'd have to say. He's been a big standout for Castledermot. But I think we're going to be looking at another day here once this ball goes over the bar from Gavin Keating. So Alan Wood were just a bit 6 and 7 with that free, taking Johnny Doyle encroaching as much as possible. But Gavin Keating lifts it up and over the bar. 5 points in this county final, and it looks like, have they done enough here? It's going to be a level game. Are we looking at another day? But there's still time, a minute and a half to decide a winner here. Anderson, ball out to the middle. Doyle is going looking for it, gets his hands on it, looking to get away from Gavin Farrell. Here's the shout inside now. Alan Wood are in possession, but David Keating, that's a black card foul, I would have thought, surely. He's already on a yellow card. He's gone to the line. Yeah, but he's doing it for his team, we would imagine. So black card for David Keating, and he won't be back anyway because he's yellow card. So no matter what happens, he's not going to be back anyway, time as it is. Johnny Byrne now, one last chance for Alan Wood. Plays it back somehow. Going to drive forward now here, Rory Moore. Aaron Dunn is inside. Rory Moore goes for a return. Inside is the number 21, Jack O'Brien. O'Brien! It's over the bar! Super sub Jack O'Brien! Has he done enough? Henry Barrett, the whistle's in the mouth. 10 seconds remaining. Alan Wood lead by a point. I didn't think they'd be able to get forward to do it, but they did just enough. Jack O'Brien somehow was just able to roll off the defence and get the ball up and over the bar. Henry Barrett giving Castledermot one last chance. Ball won by Johnny Byrne, but it's a free in, says the referee. And again we come down to Gavin Keating with the chance to level this game up. Not sure what that free was even for, but Jack O'Brien, who's been on for Eric Judge there, come on as a sub literally just minutes ago in the corner. Probably the Castledermot lads, not knowing a whole lot about him, let him out to win the ball and he floated it over to make it 11 points to 1-7. We're well over the added time. I think there was going to be a little bit extra anyway with stoppage in the additional time. But this is surely the last kick of the game. Gavin Keating to bring it to another day. 5 points already in this county final. Keating with the shot. It's tailing away. Ball is broken away by Alan Wood. They surely have won it. They have. The Intermediate Cup is staying in the parish of Allen. Alan Wood have done enough. They are victorious here in the Old Shabeen Athy Intermediate Football Championship Final. And Jack O'Brien brought off the bench in the 63rd minute, and on the 64th put the ball over the bar
to give Allenwood a famous win in the county title here. Dermit, while they came trucking again, and you'd have to credit Gavin Keating, did it all. Just it wasn't in the legs in the last minute there for that free. He's down disconsolate on the ground over there. He can't be a man blamed for it. Dermit, you would feel, in the second half, in the opening stages, just didn't come out. Allenwood just kept plugging away, and when it looked like at times you might have felt that the game, they weren't going to be able to find scores, they somehow did. Two big scores from Johnny Doyle and Jack O'Brien came in as a sub for Eric Judge in the right place, ball played in. Dermit seemed fairly nonchalant in approaching him as he took the shot on. He put it over the bar, and Allenwood are victorious here. Their last county title, the senior title in 2004. They now have won the intermediate title in 2023. And well, there'll be plenty of turf burnt, I would imagine, in Allenwood tonight when the bonfires are lit, with a famous victory for the men from Allenwood. They are victorious here by 11 points to 1-7. Completely written off by a lot of people coming into this game. But by God, they did it when they needed to. Credit to Dermit. They played their part, but won't be a county final that anyone will probably, as a neutral, will talk about, but they won't care in Allenwood, because they are back in senior football for 2024 and intermediate champions in 2023. Unfortunately for Dermit, it's back-to-back losses in the intermediate final, and both of them from teams in the Allen parish. But victory here for Allenwood on a full-time score in the Old Shabeen Athy Intermediate Football Championship. It's finished up. Allenwood 11 points, Dermit 1-7.
gentlemen, on behalf of Kildare GAA, I want to welcome you all today to the presentation of the Youth Campaign Cup to the winners of the 2023 Kildare Intermediate Championship Final. First of all, I want to congratulate both Dermit and Allenwood on a great sporting game. It was touch and go all the way. Allenwood had a very good start. Dermit came back into it, and it was anybody's game. And the resilience shown by Allenwood at the finish, totally thanks to them for their so well done, Allenwood. I'm joined here at the presentation by Amanda Smith, representing the Old Shireen at the High Sponsors of the State Championship, by Christy Murray, our County Secretary, and by Kieran Campion, son of Hugh Campion, whose couple is an honour of. A couple of people I want to thank, first of all, the Carlow County Board for their help and assistance in hosting these two games here today. Jim Bulger, Peter McConnell, and all us involved, thank you very much. Also want to thank all involved in the LGA for putting the occasion together. I would say that most teams will be very happy with the occasion, the great crowd here and everything else. It'll be a great game of football in the first game anyway. I also want to thank Henry Barrett and our match officials for a job well done. They're playing Henry in the tense game, it's not easy to do. We have two awards to present. The first award is for man of the match before we present the cup. And today's man of the match is one John Dyer. To present the Youth Campaign Cup to the winning captain of the Allenwood team, Baymar. Lads, bear with me now. First, I'd like to thank Carlow Network, Cullen Park for his facilities. They're absolutely great, Nick. And the Owls, me and Barron, like to sponsor the championship. I'm sure we'll be down there in the coming weeks with the cup. To the rest of the officials, appreciate a great game. I'd also like to thank Joe Mallon. He was an absolute great ambassador for the club, supported the club for many, many years. So I'd like to thank him as well. I'd also like to commiserate to Dermit. Look, it was nip and tuck for the whole game. Absolute brilliant team, great team, some great players. Just shows the character and the commitment and consistency of your club to make it back-to-back intermediate finals. And no doubt if you stick together, we'll be back there again next year. Well done, Dermit. 3 cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. And I'd like to thank the people of Allenwood. Look, the support you've given us throughout the year has been absolutely brilliant, especially the last few weeks. It's played a big part in us being here right now, so thanks very much for supporting us in the good times and the bad. Putting flags around the village, it actually means the world. The work behind the scenes, absolutely brilliant, and I can't thank you enough. And to the management team, Noel, Trax, Nozzy, Darren, John, Paul, the support you've given us over the last year has been second to none. Anything we needed, you delivered, and we can't thank you enough. When the goals got tough, you were there right behind us, and we can't thank you enough for your hard work and commitment. Thanks very much. Then to the lads here beside me. It's been we've had a few tough and low times over the last few years. but that just goes to show the character of the lads and how hard they're working and improving. The work rate from the lads from January to now has been absolutely exceptional, and if it wasn't for the character and commitment, we wouldn't be here right now. They're a great group of lads and deserve a day like this. They're there to support you no matter what. We couldn't ask for better lads to win this trophy with. Thanks, lads.